Elon Musk, a name that has become synonymous with innovation, risk-taking, and relentless ambition. But behind the success of Tesla and SpaceX lies a story of struggle, sacrifice, and near collapse. From personal heartbreak to financial ruin, Musk's journey is a testament to what it takes to change the world. Stay with us as we dive deep into the extraordinary rise of one of the most visionary minds of our time, Elon Musk. From an outsider to a visionary. At the turn of the millennium, Silicon Valley had lost its spark. The tech bubble had burst, and the dreams of a digital revolution had crumbled into uncertainty. Investors who once threw millions at ambitious startups were now retreating in fear. The industry, once buzzing with innovation, had become a wasteland of banner ads and broken dreams. Twitter and Facebook were nothing more than distant whispers, and many believed technology had lost its power to shape the future. But not Elon Musk. Fresh out of college, he refused to accept mediocrity. He had already carved a name for himself in the chaotic world of dot-com startups. His first venture, Zip2, a rudimentary version of what we now know as Google Maps, earned him $22 million when it was acquired by Compaq in 1999. That money could have bought him a life of luxury, a lifetime of comfort. But Musk wasn't built for comfort. Instead of retreating, he bet everything on his next venture, X.com, a company that would later evolve into PayPal and revolutionize online payments forever. Then, in 2002, eBay acquired PayPal, making Musk wealthier than ever. But while other Silicon Valley millionaires stayed in their bubble, basking in wealth and tech conferences, Musk looked beyond. He packed his bags and left for Los Angeles, not to chase Hollywood dreams, but to pursue something far more audacious. He didn't just want to build companies, he wanted to build the future. Tesla would redefine automobiles, proving that electric cars weren't just a fantasy. SpaceX would turn space travel into a reality, making interplanetary living a real possibility. Solar City would bring sustainable energy to homes across the world, challenging an industry that thrived on fossil fuels. While others debated what was possible, Musk made it happen. His vision wasn't just about business, it was about survival. If we can solve sustainable energy and be well on our way to becoming a multi-planetary species, he once said, that would be really good. Today, his empire employs thousands and is valued at over $10 billion. But to understand Musk's relentless drive, you have to go back to where it all started. A childhood marked by curiosity and pain. Elon Musk's story begins far from Silicon Valley, in Pretoria, South Africa, in a house overflowing with books. His grandfather, Joshua Haldeman, was a man who defied convention, flying his own plane from Canada to Africa with his family on board, chasing adventure at every turn. Musk's parents, Errol and May, were childhood sweethearts. His father, a brilliant but distant engineer. His mother, a model and dietitian who worked tirelessly to support her children. From the moment he could read, Elon was different. At just 5 years old, he would vanish into books for hours. He devoured The Lord of the Rings, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and when those weren't enough, he turned to encyclopedias, desperately trying to understand the universe. But childhood wasn't kind to him. At 8, his world shattered, his parents divorced, and he chose to live with his father. It was a decision he would later call the worst mistake of his life. His father was intelligent but cruel, and life at home was often cold and unforgiving. Then, at 10, something changed. He discovered computers. The moment he laid eyes on one, something inside him clicked. He begged his father to buy it. When it finally arrived, Musk locked himself in his room for 3 straight days, refusing to eat or sleep until he had mastered basic programming. His mind was electric, hungry for knowledge. He and his brother Kimball built homemade rockets, created explosives, and spent hours immersed in Dungeons & Dragons, losing themselves in worlds of logic, adventure, and possibility. But if his home life was tough, school was worse. Musk wasn't just bullied, he was hunted. He was different, and that made him a target. One day, while sitting on a staircase, a group of boys attacked him from behind. They kicked him, beat him, and threw him down the steps. His head slammed against the ground. Blood covered his face. It took a week for his body to heal. The scars in his mind? They lasted much longer. For 4 years, he endured relentless torment, until the bullying became so brutal that he was forced to change schools just to escape. By the time he turned 17, Musk knew one thing. he had to leave. South Africa wasn't his future. He dreamed of America, the land of innovation, where ideas weren't just dismissed but nurtured into reality. But escaping wasn't easy. The country was still under apartheid, and leaving wasn't as simple as buying a ticket. Then his family found a way: Canadian citizenship. It was his golden ticket. Without looking back, Musk left everything behind. He arrived in North America with almost nothing. No connections, no safety net, just a burning desire to build something greater. And in that moment, as he stepped into the unknown, one thing was certain. Elon Musk wouldn't just survive, he would build the future. Canada, the struggle and breakthrough. Elon Musk arrived in Canada with nothing but a suitcase and a head full of dreams. He had no place to stay, no job, and barely any money. It took him days to track down his distant relatives, people he had never met before, but he was determined to make it work. For his 18th birthday, Musk didn't have a grand celebration. Instead, he spent it with neighbors and newly found relatives, strangers who had suddenly become his family. He worked odd jobs to survive, tending vegetables, cutting logs, shoveling dirt, doing whatever it took to make ends meet. Later, his brother Kimball joined him in Canada, and together they pushed forward through the struggles. In 1989, Musk enrolled at Queen's University in Ontario, where he met Justine Wilson, the woman who would later become his wife. Their first date? She stood him up. But Musk, persistent as ever, didn't give up. "He can sweep you off your feet," Justine later said. A college life like no other, Musk's time in college wasn't just about getting a degree. It was about chasing his vision. While most students talked about parties and pop culture, Musk talked about space and energy. His classmates laughed at him, brushing off his wild ideas as fantasy. But Musk didn't care. He was looking for people who shared his passion for the future. To make extra cash, he fixed computers and sold spare parts to his dorm mates. After 2 years at Queen's University, he earned a scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania. There, he double majored in economics and physics, two subjects that would shape his empire. At Penn, Musk found his crowd, friends who would spend lunch breaks debating physics and business strategies. He also rented a frat house with a close friend and turned it into a nightclub, charging $5 per head for wild parties. But behind the scenes, Musk was always thinking bigger. One of his business plans, titled "The Importance of Being Solar," predicted a massive leap in solar power technology. He envisioned huge solar farms and advanced solar cells long before they became mainstream. He also wrote about ultracapacitors, energy-storing battery cells that could revolutionize power efficiency. Musk wasn't just fascinated by complex physics. He knew how to turn it into profit. His professors praised his sharp analysis and ability to simplify advanced concepts. But Musk didn't just want to make money, he wanted to change the world. Most of Silicon Valley was busy sharing baby photos online. Musk, he was plotting how to save humanity from annihilation. Elon's first startup? The birth of Zip2. By 1994, Elon and Kimball Musk had spent countless hours on road trips, discussing their next big move. They realized the internet was the future and they wanted in. So while others hesitated, they took action. Musk landed an internship in Silicon Valley, and once he finished school, he and Kimball launched their first company, Zip2. It was an online business directory, a digital version of the Yellow Pages complete with maps and addresses. A simple idea today, but back then it was revolutionary. Elon wrote the code. Kimball hit the streets, going door to door to sell their service. But business owners didn't understand the internet. Many laughed them off. Rejection after rejection, they kept pushing. Then, a breakthrough. A venture capitalist took notice. He invested $3 million into their company. Suddenly, Zip2 expanded beyond just business listings. It became the go-to tool for newspaper classifieds. But as the company grew, Elon's role changed. Investors pushed him out of the CEO position, demoting him to Chief Technical Officer. His own company was slipping from his hands. By 1998, Zip2 merged with CitySearch in a massive $300 million deal. A year later, Compaq bought Zip2, turning Musk's first startup into a dot-com success story. But success wasn't enough. Musk didn't just want to be part of the tech revolution, he wanted to lead it. And this was only the beginning. PayPal Mafia Boss. A decade ago, Elon Musk was just another young immigrant with big dreams and empty pockets. Now, at 27, he had become a multi-millionaire. With $22 million in his bank account, he splurged on a massive condominium, a private prop plane, and a McLaren F1, one of the fastest cars in the world. He drove it proudly through Silicon Valley, a symbol of his newfound success. But Musk wasn't done yet. While working as an intern, he had pitched the idea of online banking to his seniors. They dismissed it. Nobody, they said, would trust the internet with their money. At the time, even buying books online was seen as a risk. But Musk wasn't one to follow conventional thinking. Determined to revolutionize finance, he poured $12 million into his next venture, X.com, an online banking platform. His co-founder later recalled, "That's what separates Elon from the rest. He takes insane personal risks. Either you win big or you end up sleeping in a bus shelter." X.com wasn't just another startup. It was a direct challenge to the entire banking system. Musk believed that traditional banks were outdated and inefficient. He was going to fix that. He worked tirelessly, pitching his vision to venture capitalists and convincing top engineers to join his mission. By November 1999, X.com went live. Musk stayed in the office for 48 hours straight, ensuring everything ran perfectly. Then came the breakthrough. A revolutionary payment system called PayPal, a simple yet powerful tool that allowed people to send money via email. Within months, 200,000 people had signed up. Transactions that once took days through banks now happened in seconds. By March 2000, X.com merged with its biggest rival, Confinity. Musk remained the largest shareholder, but tensions brewed behind the scenes. Confinity's team, led by Peter Thiel, had a different vision for the company. While Musk was away on his honeymoon, a group of executives staged a coup. By the time he landed, the board had already made its decision. He was out as CEO. Still, Musk wasn't one to walk away easily. He remained a major investor, increasing his stake in the company. X.com was soon rebranded as PayPal, and under his influence, its revenue skyrocketed to $240 million a year. When the dot-com bubble burst, companies collapsed overnight, but Musk convinced the board to hold their ground. Then came the defining moment. In 2002, eBay made an offer, $1.5 billion to acquire PayPal. The board agreed. After taxes, Musk walked away with $180 million in cash. The tech world was in chaos after the 9/11 attacks, but PayPal had not only survived, it had won. And Musk, once again, had proved his instincts right. Mice in space. On his 30th birthday, Elon Musk had everything: money, fame, and success. But Silicon Valley no longer excited him. He packed his bags and moved to Los Angeles, ready for his next mission. Unlike other tech billionaires, Musk wasn't looking for luxury. He was chasing the stars. Space travel had always fascinated him, and now with his PayPal fortune, he had the resources to turn his dreams into reality. He joined Mars Society, a group dedicated to studying life on Mars. They had a bold project, a capsule that would orbit Earth with mice as the crew. Musk was intrigued. He donated $500,000, but that wasn't enough. Why stop at mice? He wanted to send humans. One evening, he browsed NASA's website, expecting to find a clear roadmap for a Mars mission. Instead, he found nothing. No concrete plans, no scheduled launches. He was frustrated. If no one else is going to do it, I will, he thought. Musk devoured books on aerospace engineering, absorbing complex concepts in weeks. He met with top engineers, learning everything he could about low-cost rockets. Traditional rockets, built by Boeing, Lockheed, and even the Russian space industry, were absurdly expensive. Musk saw an opportunity, a cheaper, reusable rocket system that could launch satellites, carry cargo, and eventually send humans to Mars. When eBay bought PayPal, Musk suddenly had $100 million in his hands. He didn't buy an island. He didn't retire. Instead, in June 2002, he founded space exploration technologies, SpaceX. But just as his vision was taking shape, tragedy struck. His first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, was just 10 days old when it happened. One evening, Justine put him to sleep as usual, but when they checked on him later, he wasn't breathing. The paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. Sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, had taken him. For 3 days, Nevada was kept on life support, but his brain had already suffered irreversible damage. Justine grieved openly. Musk, however, remained silent. He refused to talk about it. "He doesn't do well in dark places," Justine later said. "He just moves forward. I think it's his way of surviving." Musk buried his pain in work. SpaceX was his escape. He spent the next 5 years obsessed with building a rocket that could finally change the course of humanity. In the meantime, he and Justine welcomed more children, a pair of twins followed by triplets. When asked why he never speaks about Nevada's death, Musk simply said, "Wallowing in sadness does no good for anyone. I have other children. I have a mission." And that mission was just beginning. All-electric revolution. In 2002, a brilliant engineer named J.B. Straubel bought a Porsche and embarked on an audacious mission, transforming it into an electric car. At a time when clean technology was still in its infancy, the idea seemed absurd to most. Investors dismissed him, and his passion seemed like a distant dream. Yet, undeterred by rejection, Straubel found an ally in Elon Musk, a visionary who saw beyond the skepticism. Intrigued by the idea of electric vehicles and driven by his own passion for sustainable energy, Musk immediately agreed to fund the project. That decision would change the world forever. In Northern California, 2 other entrepreneurs, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, were also forging ahead with electric cars. In 2003, inspired by the legacy of Nikola Tesla, they founded Tesla Motors with a simple yet powerful mission: to reduce America's dependence on oil. They pitched their ambitious dream to Musk in Los Angeles, who, already a passionate advocate for clean energy, saw an opportunity to take the electric car revolution to unprecedented heights. Musk didn't just buy in, he became Tesla's largest shareholder and chairman, and soon J.B. Straubel joined the team. The world's car industry was about to be disrupted. Major automakers had long since stopped manufacturing cars from scratch, relying on outsourcing for most of the production. Tesla, however, dared to dream differently. They set out to build electric vehicles from the ground up, and their first prototype, the Roadster, was born. But the road ahead was rocky, with countless hurdles and immense financial pressure. The team was burning through cash, and Musk found himself teetering on the edge of personal and financial collapse. Yet, in the face of adversity, he couldn't stop. The future of electric vehicles depended on him. Pain, suffering, and survival. Elon Musk had already made a name for himself with PayPal, and the world was watching. The media was captivated by the young entrepreneur, pouring millions into electric cars and space exploration. On the surface, Musk seemed invincible, the epitome of Silicon Valley success. But behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding. One of relentless financial strain, failed ventures, and crushing personal losses. Both Tesla and SpaceX were devouring his resources. With prototypes failing and rockets burning out, Musk was rapidly running out of money. Critics pounced, and the media loved nothing more than his failures. But Elon was determined. He knew that these setbacks weren't the end of the story. They were merely part of the journey. Yet as Tesla struggled to bring the Roadster to life, Musk's personal life was crumbling. He and his wife, Justine, had 5 children, but their marriage was under unbearable strain. Justine suffered from postpartum depression, and Musk's all-consuming work left him distant, emotionally unavailable. The balance he had tried to maintain between his professional ambitions and personal life began to slip away. In June 2008, Musk filed for divorce. Justine shared their story with the world, laying bare the pain and anguish that came with the separation. The world could see the chaos from the outside, but inside, Musk was falling apart too. At his lowest point, his friend and investor Bill Lee invited him on a trip to London. It was there, in a fragile moment of vulnerability, that Musk met Tallulah Riley, a young actress who would change the course of his life. Riley, despite knowing about his struggles and his 5 children, chose to be with him. Their whirlwind romance offered Musk a flicker of hope in a time when everything seemed lost. But even as he leaned into this new relationship, the weight of Tesla's and SpaceX's failures was unbearable. Musk's friends feared for his health. As Riley later recalled, he looked like death itself. I remember thinking this guy would have a heart attack and die. Yet, despite the mounting pressure, Musk kept fighting. Desperate to keep Tesla and SpaceX alive, he sold his prized McLaren F1, asked for loans, and even turned to his own employees for help. They believed in him, and they put their money on the line to ensure the survival of the companies. Then, in the midst of this turmoil, a lifeline appeared, the turning point. In December 2008, NASA announced a $1.6 billion contract for SpaceX to supply the International Space Station. It was a monumental victory, one that came just when Musk needed it most. In the midst of a holiday break with his brother Kimball, the news arrived. Overcome with emotion, Musk broke down in tears. It was the moment that changed everything. Elon Musk had come to America with little more than a dream and a relentless drive. He had faced devastating loss, public ridicule, and nearly lost everything. But he had survived. He had endured the impossible. As one of his friends put it, what he went through in 2008 would have broken anyone else. He didn't just survive, he kept working and stayed focused. That year, that relentless pursuit would lay the foundation for the Tesla and SpaceX empires we know today. Musk had not only defied the odds, he had changed the world. The future of electric cars, sustainable energy, and space exploration had been forever altered by his determination to never give up. Breaking barriers, the rise of SpaceX. After years of struggle, relentless failures, and near financial ruin, Elon Musk finally saw his vision take flight. Literally. Falcon 9 successfully launched into space, marking a new era in aerospace history. No longer just a dream, SpaceX rockets began carrying satellites for nations and corporations, delivering supplies to the International Space Station, and proving that private space exploration was not only possible but revolutionary. Musk had poured everything, his fortune, his energy, and his unwavering determination, into perfecting reusable rockets. His engineers spent years refining every detail, enduring setbacks that would have crushed others. Today, SpaceX launches rockets at an unprecedented pace, outperforming competitors worldwide. While other aerospace companies depend on foreign manufacturers for key components, SpaceX designs and builds its rockets entirely in-house. This approach has driven costs down to the lowest in the industry. But Musk isn't stopping there. His team continues to push the boundaries, making rockets that can return to Earth and land with pinpoint accuracy. His ultimate goal? Making space travel routine, affordable, and one day, colonizing Mars. While traditional aerospace firms saw space as stagnant, Musk saw it as the next frontier of human evolution. SpaceX is not just launching rockets, it's turning science fiction into reality. The electric car revolution. In 2012, Tesla Motors introduced the Model S sedan, a sleek, all-electric vehicle that shattered expectations. Unlike traditional gasoline-powered cars, the Model S could travel 300 miles on a single charge and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 4 seconds. Silent, smooth, and efficient, it wasn't just an alternative to luxury sedans, it was an upgrade in every way. Inside, the Model S redefined the driving experience. A massive 17-inch touchscreen replaced conventional buttons, allowing seamless control over navigation, climate, and entertainment. Always connected to the internet, it provided real-time traffic updates and even music streaming. Gone were bulky dashboards and unnecessary mechanics. Tesla had transformed the car into a smart device on wheels. Tesla's innovation didn't stop at design. Charging stations powered by solar energy were strategically placed along highways, offering free recharges. Owners could purchase their Model S online or at a Tesla showroom in a shopping mall, an unheard-of concept in the auto industry. And instead of traditional maintenance routines, Tesla engineers provided remote diagnostics and even picked up cars for repairs. Tesla wasn't just selling cars, it was reimagining transportation. With continuous software updates improving performance over time, the Model S felt more like a cutting-edge gadget than a traditional vehicle. As one early owner put it, "It's not just a car, it's the future of mobility." Elon Musk's grand vision. Growing up in South Africa, the Wright brothers shared a close bond with their cousin, Elon Musk. Before the dot-com boom, they launched a software company called Everdream. But when they were looking for their next big venture, Musk had a bold suggestion: solar energy. At the time, solar panels were expensive, difficult to install, and unreliable in terms of sunlight exposure. Seeing an opportunity, the Wright brothers founded Solar City in 2006, with Musk as its biggest investor, owning about 30% of the company. Solar City revolutionized the industry with smart software that determined whether a property was suitable for solar energy. Instead of an outright purchase, customers could lease the panels for a fixed monthly fee, making solar power more accessible than ever. The company provided full-service installation, removing the hassle for homeowners. Within 6 years, Solar City became the leading solar panel installer in the US, expanding from residential customers to corporate giants like Walmart and Intel. By 2014, its valuation had soared to $7 billion. Musk saw an even bigger picture. He realized that just 1 hour of solar energy could power the world for an entire year. The key was storing that energy efficiently. This led to advancements in battery technology, allowing homes to reserve solar power for nighttime and emergencies. The power of integration. Musk's companies weren't just separate businesses, they were interconnected. Solar City provided the solar panels used to charge Tesla's electric vehicles. Tesla, in turn, manufactured battery packs that Solar City sold for energy storage. Meanwhile, both Tesla and SpaceX collaborated on design and engineering breakthroughs, each benefiting from the other's innovations. By 2025, Tesla would offer 6 models of electric cars, Solar City would evolve into a major utility provider, and SpaceX would be launching weekly flights, with reusable rockets orbiting the moon before setting their sights on Mars. This was Musk's grand vision, a self-sustaining, technology-driven future where clean energy, space exploration, and innovation worked hand in hand to ensure humanity's survival. The relentless drive of Elon Musk. Musk's journey wasn't without struggle. He endured a difficult childhood, bullied in school and distant from his father. He faced deep personal losses, including the death of his first son and a failed marriage. Professionally, his companies teetered on the edge of bankruptcy, while the media relentlessly scrutinized his failures in personal life. Yet, Musk never wavered. Known for his relentless work ethic, he often works weekends and expects his employees to share the same dedication. Even a rare vacation turned into a near-death experience when he contracted malaria in South Africa and spent 10 days in the ICU. Reflecting on the ordeal, he once joked, "I came very close to dying. That's my lesson for taking a vacation. Vacations will kill you." Through it all, Musk kept pushing forward. His companies weren't just businesses, they were a mission. And through innovation, resilience, and sheer determination, he was shaping the future, one breakthrough at a time.